Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Ryuz and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. This week deck showcase we are bringing back the old menace, Orochi. We actually already tried this deck in the pack opening stream last week. This deck is really easy to use and really aggressive, mainly thanks to Koroka for being the absolute beast that he is. So without further ado, let's jump into the deck rundown, shall we? Oh right, I forgot before I explain how to play this deck, I'm gonna explain a little bit about the new keyword that they introduced. This time we got two new keywords. Don't worry, this time it is really easy to understand. The first one is focus. This keyword basically lets you use a powered up version of a card, but it will consume 2 orbs. It's like a faster charge force gimmick. If the card has both focus and fast, it will only consume 1 orb, provided that it is the first fast card you played in that turn. The other keyword is origin. This keyword is unique to the special version of the classic Shigami for now. Basically, it will let you pick between the new card or the old card of that Shigami, but most of the time you would rather play the new version because it is much better. Anyway, now that's out of the way, let's talk about the deck. The playstyle of Orochi deck still hasn't changed. You still want to rush early using a lot of combat cards, and if your Shigami dies, you rush with the snake and Orochi level 1 form. The reason for this deck to be so good is because of the new Inugami and Koroka. Koroka here will let you fire off projectiles when he dies, and the more he dies, the stronger the projectile will be, and with Inugami passive and field, it will boost the power of your Shigami attack pretty substantially. Yotohime special here will be used mainly as our piercing attacker with her cursed blade speed. Also, her card looks so good when you ink her. I would definitely recommend you ink her card if you have the resource. For Orochi, you can play around with his ratio as long as you keep both of his level 1 cards, because that is the most important one. And here's the card priority list. For high priority, you definitely want at least one of Koroka's revive card or the level 1 combat card, because we want Koroka to die as soon as possible. Dojo of Heart is an amazing card in this deck because it will boost any Shigami that attacks for the first time. A +2 or +3 in attack is huge in this deck because our Shigami has fairly high attack points, making it easier to shave down the opponent's health. Divine Shadow and Impure Power is very simple. It gives massive power boost to your snake, and it's a really great card for early game rush. For the situational choice, this is more of utility as usual. Divine Flames of Wrath is explanatory. It makes all of your snake attack with damage immunity. You will rarely use this because most of the time you want to get rid of your snakes so your Shigami can revive. Then we have Way of Teacher. It is a high value card. This card is nuts. It will give +1/+1 to all of your Shigami, and it also gives a +2 attack combat card to Inugami. This card can save you in a lot of tough situations. Then we have Koroka's Evolve. Now this one is up to you guys. I've seen people running his level 2 combat card instead, but I prefer the Evolve because it revives him instantly and shorten his death countdown if you landed lucky. Then we have Cursed Blade Speed. This will make your Yotohime turn into 6 attack piercing attacker if she attacks as Shigami. It is really powerful, but you still have to direct attack with Yotohime to be able to use this ability. And as for finisher, we only have 2, that is Orochi Evolve and his level 3 form. If you want consistency, don't bring his Evolve, bring another one of his level 3 form instead, or any other card that you like. But if you like having fun and live dangerously, bring the Evolve. And that's about it for the deck rundown. This is probably the cheapest one and one of the most powerful aggro deck I've played, other than the Higanbana Ashura way back when Ashura first released. I think Orochi's level 1 form is going to get nerfed because of this deck. This deck is consistent, but you can run out of fan very quick if you use it recklessly. So be careful on that because we do not have any sort of draw power. And I guess it's faster to show you what I mean, so let's move on with the replays. For our first battle, we are up against Full Divination. This deck fell off completely when they nerfed Dodomeki Evolve, but I still think it is a very powerful deck. It's just too complicated and very reliant on you drawing Dodomeki Evolve. But anyway, for this deck, the first level up you can just go with Koroka and Orochi. This deck doesn't care if you go second or first, because you can just steamroll anything that stands in your way with pure power. Well, they just left their combat zone empty and we have Inugami combat card, so we are going to use that to push for a total of 6 damage. I'm using Inugami first because they will probably kill him with projectiles, and we do not want to let Hanya to get a hit on us this early. And just like I said, they use Oni Strike, then Blazing Pupil on our Orochi, then Yukihime passive will kill our Inugami. If we level up Koroka, they would have got a direct attack because he only has 4 health. Now on our turn, we can clear the way with Silent Sprang. We use the focus effect, so he gains +2 attack and +2 fragile. They get hit by 2 projectile, then we activate Impure Power on the Inugami Snake, dealing 5 damage. It is tempting to attack one more time with him, but we use Koroka Snake to attack one more time because we want him to die and revive again to build up his projectile. We just dealt 10 damage in one turn. It is that easy and we are not even in level 2. On their turn, they will revive their Hanya with Retrace Destiny, then activate Wisdom to clear the way for Hanya and direct attack. And at the end phase, Yukihime will stun. That was a good turn for them, but unfortunately for them, this deck has a lot of combat cards. On our turn, we put Divine Shadow on Orochi, then we kill their Hanya with Cursed Blade Speed. This will evolve our Yotohime, but we cannot switch her ability unless we deal direct attack damage to opponent player. But it's okay, at least we got rid of their main attacker. On their turn, they will activate Nature of Time to deal 5 damage to Orochi, then a second Blazing Pupil to him. The projectile from Yukihime will kill our Yoto before it hits Orochi, so our Yoto will turn into Snake before Orochi dies. Well, their end is just a few attacks away. We revive Koroka with Guiding Flames, then just attack twice with Inugami Snake because he has the highest attack and Soaring. Just 4 health left, baby. Shouldn't be too hard. On their turn, they will evolve Dodomeki, then kill our Inugami Snake and pass. I think if we kill Koroka, we should have enough damage. On our turn, we assault with Koroka, he dies, and it turns out we miss lethal. Ooh, this is going to hurt because their Hanya revives next turn. We did revive our Koroka again with second copy of Guiding Flame though. On their turn, they will evolve Hanya, then assault, moving Baize's SSR to the bottom, getting Wisdom to hand and activate that, top decking a phase changing and stunning us at the end phase. Oh man, I did not expect them to fight back like this. If they got Baize's SSR and healed, that would have been the worst case scenario. On our turn, we just have to pass because we don't have anything that we can use now. On their turn, they will push for damage using Hanya, then snipe our Orochi again with Nature of Time and pass. It's a good thing their main damage source is dead, otherwise they would have killed us 2 turns ago. On our turn, we can actually end it this turn. We activate Way of Teacher, buffing all of our Shigami and getting Heart Sword. We use it to clear the way and finally use the Yotohime Snake to finish them off. That was a close match. I told you guys Divination is still strong, it's just too complicated to play and kinda predictable. Our second matchup is up against another Orochi deck, but they are using Kagewani and Ichijo as their main damage dealer. Well, it's time to show who is the stronger Orochi player. I mean, if we are talking about pure attacking power, they got the upper hand, but we got more utilities to deal with their various situations. Our hand is looking less than ideal because we didn't get Orochi's form, but that Inugami's field is going to be a huge help. On our turn, we activate Silence Prank to damage their Ichijo, then we make Koroka explode with Burnout, killing their Ichijo and damaging their Orochi. I realize that this is kind of wasting cards, but I'm betting they also don't have Orochi's level 1 form. On the turn, immediately they prove me wrong by putting Orochi's level 1 form, then Impure Power on their snake, dealing a total of 12 damage.
This is definitely a fuck around and find out moment. On our turn, we revive Koroka with Guiding Flame, then activate Dojo of Heart. This will boost our Koroka when he attacks the snake, and he will fire off a 3 damage projectile and pass. If they don't have Kagewani's combat card, they will not be able to destroy this field. On the turn, they will just assault normally with Kagewani and pass. See, this time our gamble paid off. On our turn, we use Cursed Blade Guard to get rid of their Kagewani. She will also get a boost from the field. Then we direct attack to transform her into her barrier form and pass. Unless they are really lucky, it will be pretty difficult for them to get past our Yotohime with only Chocho and Orochi. On the turn, they will evolve Chocho and attack with range. Of course, they also luck sack One Night Dream. Their hand is so good. Jeez. I'm surprised they haven't killed us yet. On our turn, we are going to show them the real taste of Orochi's snake attack. We level up Inugami to power up the field, then Impure Power on the snake, that is 7 damage, then Heart Sword, that is 5 damage, and lastly, Snake again for a total of 15 damage in one turn. Yeah, how you like that? This is how you play Orochi. On their turn, they will put the level 2 form on Ichijo, then they have to sacrifice it to get rid of our snake. And this is where they make a misplay. They use Chocho to revive Kagewani instead of pushing damage with the Ichijo snake. If they did push for damage, it will be easier to kill us once they get Kagewani's combat card. But that will never happen because we top deck the perfect card. We activate Way of Teacher, getting Heart Sword, and pierce the rest of their health with Inugami.
Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, if you want to support my channel, I have Patreon and Ko-Fi links down below. And as usual, if you have any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments and see you on the next video. Bye.